Hey, what's up guys? Got this new HG Thunderbolt kit that I'm super excited to check out. I first saw this on display in its sort of all gray prototype form last November at the Gunpla Expo and was super excited. It was there alongside with the Atlas Gundam. So it was just really cool news just to know that we were going to be getting some more HG Thunderbolt kits. And at the time I thought the Atlas and this both looked pretty awesome in their prototype forms. The Atlas was definitely a cool build, very interesting. This one I think is not going to be as unique, as I know this does use a lot of parts from the Thunderbolt GM kit. But this does look super cool. I love the new backpack. I love that huge new beam javelin, looks amazing. The effect parts for that look super cool. I like the Gundam head. It's almost kind of, I mean, it's obviously very much like a, if you were to take like the Ground Gundam and then just make it a Thunderbolt version, it's kind of this. I don't know, the lack of the V-fin I guess sort of makes it a little bit more like the Easy 8, I suppose. So if you were to sort of take like an Easy 8 Ground Gundam, make it Thunderbolt, and this is what you get. So this is the RX-79 GS Ground Gundam Type-S. I guess Type-S named after the ship, if I remember correctly. It's called the, what was that? The Assault Landing Ship Spartan, as it is here. So that's where it's getting the Type-S. So some information there on the bottom of the box, and look at what the kit is going to look like. Painted, pretty simple color scheme there as well. That's one thing I like about this, is that color scheme. It's looking quite nice. That backpack is just super awesome looking. I like the newly redesigned beam rifle as well. That's looking really cool. The just mini sub arms on the backpack. Not sure how well those are really going to work. I'll have to see. There's a little bit just about Thunderbolt Season 2, kind of in general. On the side of the box, the Thunderbolt kits aren't numbered, so we don't have any sort of number there, but this would be number 7 in the HG Thunderbolt line. That's if you're not including the original manga version releases, just the anime version releases. So here it is posed up. Got those pretty interesting like hovercraft tube looking feet, which are kind of a little bit derpy looking, but they're really not that noticeable when you have all this much awesome going on here. You're not really going to notice those feet, I don't think, but I don't know, we'll see. It says the sub arms on the back can hold the beam rifle and shield. Yep, that's pretty cool. Has obviously kind of standard weapons, beam saber there as well, just regular beam saber. So here it is with everything that it comes with. 2 shields, that backpack, the beam saber handles there, the beam javelin, the beam rifle, all of that stuff. That's all listed there in Japanese and English there as well, which is quite nice. 1,800 yen for this. So a little bit more expensive for a high-grade kit, but most of the Thunderbolt kits have been a little bit more on the expensive side, so it's not really that out of the ordinary, and I think it's going to be worth it. A fair amount of stuff in this box, and these kits are really super nicely detailed and everything. So first thing, there's that sticker sheet, which is looking quite small, so that's nice. Right off the bat to see that. However, I mean, it's small, but what is there looks a little bit disappointing. Not really disappointing, because I mean, it's an HG, what are you going to expect? But a whole bunch of sticker markings on there. Again, very typical for an HG Thunderbolt kit. There's our beam effect parts. And then just some more stuff here. This looks like all from the GM, so this would be like all the old stuff, and then all the new stuff here in those first few bags that you saw. Alright, so let's get into the instruction manual here. Nice big painted reference photo on the front. Looking super nice. Really kind of the only difference between these Thunderbolt kits and HGUC kits is that HGUC kits have that information here where it tells you like the height, weight, armaments, all of that stuff. This is basically the same manual layout here, except it just doesn't have that. So kit is looking really nice on there. All good. Here on the back, again, just kind of more information there. It's kind of slightly different information than what we saw on the outside of the box. But just some more posing images here, beam saber, beam rifle, and where all of those stickers are going to go on there. Like, I think with my past few Thunderbolt kit reviews, I will throw on some of those stickers. Definitely not all of them, but I'll throw on a few of them just so you guys can see how those are going to look on the kit. Ultimately, I wouldn't use them on a painted build, but I know not all of you guys paint, obviously. So here's the color guide. All of that is in Japanese and English. I'm sure if you guys are interested to know those exact color ratios, I would recommend you just check that out on Dalang. High quality scan will probably be easier to read than pausing the video. There's just, again, more about the manga and the anime version of Thunderbolt. More information here. A whole big mess of information there. You can check that out if you want. And then it's just kind of the same stuff we've been seeing. So here's our parts list. You can see that A runner, obviously from the GM kit, as it's like full of X's, it looks like we're using 50%, less than 50% of that A runner. It's going to have lots of leftover parts there. Some leftover parts there in the D runner as well. Also cool that this runner parts list is all in color. I think the Atlas Gundam was the same. The previous Thunderbolt kits before that, I don't remember, but maybe as well. Anyway, construction looks like pretty standard, starting off with the body first, then head, arms, then I'm guessing, yep, legs, waist, body's done, backpack, beam rifle, beam javelin, shields, and then just how to mount and store everything, and that's it. Alright, so like I said, that sticker sheet is small, which is nice, but what is on here is going to be a little bit disappointing for those of you guys who really rely on these stickers. We got the head cameras, the eyes, which is all pretty standard, these other yellow markings, which are just like some yellow small little color apps, also not really that big of a deal. But then we have this one, that's that EFSF crest that's going to be going on the head, so that I know that part is molded into the head. But that sticker is probably not going to fit very well over that, I can imagine. And then this one, which is the main offender, which is appears to be, as far as I can tell, the part for like the chin, so that little blue chin part is not actually going to be molded in blue, just going to have that very awkward sticker to fit over that. Then we have our decal sticker markings here, some nice big EFSF logos, and a whole bunch of just like standard caution markings here in black, white, and red, and then this nice checker pattern there for going around on the backpack. SB13 for our standard beam saber effect parts in clear pink, and PC001 for a polycap runner there in standard gray. Runner A here, big white runner. This is from the HG Thunderbolt Gym, so the runner is marked for that HG 144 Gym TB for Thunderbolt. So again, we're only going to be using a small handful of parts from this runner. We're going to have a whole bunch of leftover parts. It looks like maybe like most of the parts to build at least the main part of like the gym backpack, which is going to be kind of interesting, including the extra arms on there. So it looks like you'll have some pretty useful leftover parts that you could use for doing some customizing, it looks like. Alright, the runner B, a big 3-color runner. It's all white across here, 2 bits of yellow there, and then some blue all through there. So that's a really nice dark navy blue color. The yellow is quite an interesting yellow color as well. It's a very kind of diarrhea yellow kind of color. I think it's going to look fine on the kit, but just on its own, it looks pretty ugly, to be honest. But then we do have one more. This would be runner B2, which is a copy of this section of the runner here. The runner markings for these new runners, as this one is a completely new runner, is just all here in kanji, so it's going to be a little bit harder to read anyway. HG 144 scale, but I'm sure that's just Ground Gundam Type-S TB for Thunderbolt. Then we got runner C1 here. This is another totally new runner for this kit, so it's got that new marking on it. Then we have runner C2, which is a copy of this corner of the runner here. This is all parts for the new backpack, the new weapons, again, that new beam rifle looking super cool, new backpack looking super awesome, lots of really great detail around on that. The color of this runner is actually like a very slightly purplish gray color, so it looks like it's going to be a really nice color of gray. Runner D now is going back to white and back to parts for the Thunderbolt Gym, so like, I think if I remember correctly from the manual, the only parts of this runner we're not going to be using are the parts here for the lower leg of the gym. The rest of this we are actually going to be using for this kit. Runner E, back to some new parts, more clear pink effect parts for the beam javelin, so these two that kind of like shoot off to the side, and this kind of like the main one, which is just going to be 2 parts that are going to sandwich together. That probably isn't going to look the best, but I don't know, I don't think it'll look too bad, we'll have to see. And finally, last but not least, this is runner G, and this is the same runner that was used for the gym as well as the full armor Gundam, so this is just like all the joint parts and everything for the Thunderbolts, like humanoid Gundam style kits. So that is it for this unboxing. Like I said, I'm super excited about this kit. I think it looks really cool. That's just my personal taste. We'll have to see how the actual kit is, like without my bias. Of course, I'll let you guys know about that in the review. As always, thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me the kit to share with you guys. Link is down below to check out their store. If you guys are living in Australia, you can check that out. But thank you guys as always for watching. Leave your comments, questions, all of that down below, and we'll see you in the review. Thanks for watching. See you next time.